Om. So again, another message for those who are going to be attending the Mandali retreat here in Italy from November 3rd through November 10th. And I wanted to spend just a little bit of time talking about the silent aspect of the retreat. Commonly known as Mauna. This is a traditional spiritual practice, and I've always been fascinated by the practice, especially since a friend of mine who's a very devout Buddhist took it on. The kind of most intensive practice for the Buddhists is to practice complete silence for 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours, and 3 minutes. And it's so intense, quite profound. They vow not to speak, of course, but also not to read, not to listen to music. So, and obviously that includes complete restraint from any kind of use of digital devices. So it's you're really going into a whole nother dimension of modern life that is extremely uncommon. But it's a very powerful practice because it allows the attention, the mind, the senses to begin to withdraw inwardly, right? Because in our modern life, especially the urban dwellers, pretty continuously throughout the day and even the night, the senses, the mind are quite active and directed in an external direction. And this is obviously a part of human life, to take care of your external practical details in your life. But I think more and more people are starting to appreciate that there's another dimension to the self, to life in general, in which the attention, the mind, the senses are allowed to withdraw inwardly and to what is considered to be their natural center. Now this can be considered a form of swadhyaya, or self-reflection, right? When you begin to draw your energy inwardly, you begin to have much more accessibility to experiencing spiritual dimension, inner dimension, dimension of the deep self. And this is extremely, extremely powerful, because what happens when you're spending a majority of your time directing your mind and your senses externally, it's easy to become fooled by reality. It's easy to fall into sort of, you can even say, delusional patterns of perception and of knowledge. So this practice is very powerful, and I'm really looking forward to sharing this experience with participants of the retreat. There's going to be several different levels for this. There'll be, you know, because I understand that we're all in different places, and you know, this being a very intensive practice. I mean, even just being here in the retreat and just doing the Ashtanga and the mantra and the different practices that we'll participate in, that's already so powerful. And then when you add the practice of silence, or Mauna, conscious silence, it becomes even more intensive. So I understand that there will be some of you, maybe many of you, who may not want to go so deep with this particular aspect of the practice. So there'll be several different layers that I'll give as options to choose. The first level would be just not speaking, basically, to just refrain from speaking. So all verbal communication is held off. The second level would be verbal and digital detox. So just to unplug yourself from your digital devices, from all kinds of internet and social media and all those kinds of things. That in itself will be extremely powerful. The third level would be complete silence, so that would include not even reading, not listening to music, And these are only during the break times, only the meal times and the break times will be practicing the silence. During the actual active sessions, especially like lecture and discussion, will be perfectly fine to ask questions, to speak to one another, but even that we're going to try to keep it at a minimum. So the 3 layers again will be level 1 will be verbal only, level 2 will be verbal and digital, and of course level 2 you'll be able to listen to or mostly you'll still be able to read, so that'll be something that you'll be possible. Also, level 3 will be no reading. And I think for all the different levels, I'm going to encourage everybody that you'll still be able to write. So maybe some journaling will be possible. That would be acceptable, I think, and that'll work. But again, choose a level which you feel like is best suitable for you. And I think it's going to be incredibly powerful. So that's what I have to say for today. I'm really looking forward to this retreat, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody who comes and going through this amazing experience here in this amazing place. I mean, again, Mandali is incredible. The facilities here are amazing. There's like an amazing yoga space. There's a spa with like steam room and sauna and jacuzzi and pool, and massages that are available, and the landscape, of course, the views are spectacular. So it's going to be an amazing. So looking forward to seeing you all. Namaste.